Okay, part 2 of this video. So I got cut off yesterday, so I had to continue today. Just to recap, when we have order is we're looking at the exponent on top of the, exponent brackets. So like x minus 2, x plus 3. Okay, the number on top of the bracket is the order. Okay, so this would be order 2, order 1, order 4. These would be our x-intercepts, 2, -3, and +5. When it's an odd number, it's going to cut through the x-axis. If it's an even number, then it touches the x-axis. Okay. All right, so we're continuing number 1. So we left off, we did these, but we didn't do the second part here, which was state an equation belongs to the same family. So all you have to do for this is change the a value. So for instance, y equals 2, x plus 3, x minus 2, x plus 1. Okay, so we just added the 2 here. This one we don't have an equation, but we can make one with a different a value. So let's say 3, then we have x minus 5 squared, and x plus 4 squared as well. Okay, so we just added an a value. We don't know what that one was, so we just put 1 here. And remember, when the x-intercepts, we plug them into the brackets, they become the opposite. So it was -5 and -4. Okay, and then both are ordered 2. All right, going to the last one. Okay, determine the equation for the following polynomial function. So we have the zeros at 2, -3, and they give us an f of 4, it is 14. Oh, we have 2 different ones, sorry. Okay, so let's do the first one. So we have a quadratic with 0, 2, and -3. So y equals a x minus r, x minus s. So that's what you learn in grade 10 with regards to factored form of quadratic. But you don't need to put the r and s. So we have 0 is 2, so it becomes -2. And then the 3 is +3 in the bracket. Okay, so we have an equation here, but we need to find one more letter. And that letter is the a value. So we need to know what this is. So they give us another piece of information. So f at 4 equals 14. So that means f at x, so x is 4. When you substitute 4 into the equation, you get an answer of 14, which is your y value. So we're going to use this piece of information in order to find our a value. So we're going to substitute the 4 into our x's and the 14 into our y, and then we're going to solve for a. So 14 equals a 4 minus 2, 4 plus 3. 14. Simplify each of the brackets, so we get 2 and 7. Multiply them together. So 7 times 2 is 14, times a is 14a. And then we divide by 14. And we get an answer of 1 as our a value. So therefore, it's y equals x minus 2, x plus 3. If you want to put the 1 in the front, you may, but you don't need to. Okay, so that is to find the equation given the zeros. Okay, and now our last one here, we're going to make an equation for our last one. So again, we're going to take the zeros. So we have a -2, +2, and +3. So we'll assume that this is a cubic function. It could be a quintic, but we'll just do cubic. So a x plus 2, x minus 2, and x minus 3. So -2 comes +2, +2 comes -2, and +3 comes -3. Okay? Still have to find the a value. In order to find the a value, we need another point to substitute into x and y. So they give us a point here, 4 and -12. So 4 will be your x value, -12 will be your y value. So we substitute it in, so negative 12 equals A, 4 plus 2, 4 minus 2, and 4 minus 3. Simplify each of the brackets. So we had 6, 2, and 1. Multiply them all together. Oh, I can get 1 again. So 1 times 2 is 2, times 6 is 12, times A is 12A. We divide by 12. And we get an answer of negative 1 for this one. Okay, it's not always 1. It's usually a 2, a 3. It could be a fraction. So lastly, y equals negative 1, x plus 2, x minus 2, and x plus 3. Last thing you have to check, be careful with this, is the orders on top of the brackets. So I kind of messed it up and I didn't say it at the beginning. But since the line cuts through every time, then we're going to put an order of 1 on top of them. So this was an order of 1. If it touches and then turns, then you would put an order of 2 on top of the brackets. Okay, so order of 1. Okay, the last thing I want to mention, so in order 1, order 2, order 3, and order 4. Okay, so order 1 is going to cut through. Okay, order 2 will touch the spot. So this will cut through the x-axis. I don't know, it could do whatever it wants after. But for that degree at that x-intercept, it cuts through. If it's an order 2, it touches. If it's an order 3, it's not just going to cut through. It's going to go through as such, as like a cubic function. So it's going to go through with a kind of curve to it. And then order 4 is the same as a quadratic, but they make it touch longer and then it goes up. They exaggerate the touch a little bit further to distinguish between the order 4 and the order 2. Okay, that is the rest of section 3.3. There's no this homework at the bottom. Yeah, there's the homework there. Page 146, 1 to 8, and 13.